Hey guys, so I just wanted to give you guys an update on my life and what has been going on and share a little bit of my story with you. So, my name is Allie Powers, and when I was 18 years old, I decided to move to Los Angeles and pursue my dream of becoming an actor. And I'd lived in LA for about 2 years and worked on my whole acting thing, taking classes and whatnot. And my whole goal was to be a full time actor and not have a side job. And I successfully did that for about 6 months, and then I was diagnosed with cancer. When I was 20 years old, I was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer that had spread to my lungs and my lymph nodes. I had to do 6 rounds of chemo, and after which they told me my chemo wasn't working because I had too many tumors. So I had to have surgery where they removed half of my colon and 79 lymph nodes that all had tumors on them. And then afterwards, I had to do 6 more rounds of chemo to try and get the tumors that are in my lungs. And after those 6 rounds of chemo, they said my chemo, it didn't shrink or my tumors or anything. But since I didn't have any new tumors and my tumors didn't grow, they placed me in remission. So I was in remission for about 9 months, in which I started traveling. I went to Hawaii and Panama and kind of fell in love with seeing the world and adventuring. And then once I got back, I found out I had relapsed with a spot in my lung. It had been growing. So I had to get a section of my lung taken out. And then after that, I was in remission again. And I have been in remission for about 3 months when I found out I relapsed again with a tumor in my ovary. Which, since this tumor wasn't in my original diagnosis, it had meant that my original cancer had spread, and it means that I went from being treatable to terminal in my cancer diagnosis. So in 3 months' time, I had a tumor the size of a pinhead grow to be the size of a football inside my ovary. So I had to have surgery, and they removed both of my ovaries and the tumor. And they also did this thing called the HIPEC procedure, which is where they cool your body to 90 something degrees, and then they pour hot chemo into your abdomen. The chemo's over 102 degrees, I believe. And they pour it into your abdomen and they shake it up so it kills all of the cancer cells in your abdomen. And after which, they told me I had 2 months to live. So my two options were I could do chemo, which the chemo in the past hadn't worked for me. And at this point in my diagnosis, they have no proof if chemo is going to work even, because most people with my stage of cancer die. And I'm not dead yet. So there's that. I could do chemo. Or the other thing I could do was just live. So knowing I have 2 months to live, I could just do nothing and live my life for the rest of my time that I have. I decided to not do chemo and to live. So with the 2 months I was given, I decided to start checking things off my bucket list. I went to Europe and I started writing a book about my life and I started doing all the cliche things you do when you're gonna die. And then about 6 months later, I was still alive. So, not dead yet. I actually lived to be a year out from the date that they told me I had 2 months to live. I just beat that a couple weeks ago. So I had a party and celebrated that I didn't die. And so I decided, since I'm still alive, to start my life up again. And so I moved back to California. I've been here for about a month. And I'm going to try following my dreams again in acting and try that out. I'm just living a normal life again with cancer. I've been trying to get an apartment and a regular job with cancer, which is kind of harder than I thought. And I still have to do checkups every 3 months to make sure my cancer is manageable, I guess. I'm not in remission again because I'm terminal. At least that's my stage that the doctors put me in. So I won't ever be in remission again because I'm terminal. Whatever. I'm still alive, so it's cool. Yeah, so I'm just trying to navigate living life with cancer and thriving. That's what I call it. I'm a cancer thriver. So that's life. That's basically all. Oh, and I went to the hospital a couple days ago and had a scan and lab work and that type of thing. And my scan showed I didn't have any cancer reoccurrences. So I'm still dying. Yay! Just kidding. I'm still living my life. It's all good. That's about it. I'm gonna go continue living my life. Yeah. Gonna continue thriving. Bye.